Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time from my dear friend Efree. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of verses, videos, tier lists, reviews, re-reviews, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. PayPal is usually the best bet. And he wanted me to do a verses of Halloween 2 versus Friday the 13th Part 2. And I had to think about this for a sec, but I do like both sequels, but it's actually easier than I thought. And I said, you know what? Actually, I gotta go with Halloween 2. I do like Friday the 13th Part 2. Don't get me wrong. But there's a number of reasons why I picked Halloween 2. Number one, the villain, Michael Myers. It's my favorite look of Michael Myers. I think the actor portraying Michael Myers, Dick Warlock, did a really good job. And you got the great Michael Myers mask. I like Jason Voorhees, the Elephant Man, look, tater sack. I don't mind it, but I much prefer the hockey mask. And like, if you're making me pick, like Michael Myers prime gray looking mask, I would pick, aesthetically speaking, as a look compared to tater sack Jason. So that's number one. Number two, I don't mind the music for Friday the 13th Part 2, but I definitely I'd give it up to the music of Halloween 2, especially how they reworked the theme. It's actually my favorite version of Halloween theme, and I really amplified the rest of the movie. Boom, bum bum, bum, bum bum. Like, it's like they took the original score and they just amplified it even more in terms of mood with that score. I do like the score of Friday the Part 2, but it kind of sounded like just the score of the first one. While Halloween 2 felt like it did more of it changed it up a bit and did more of its own thing. I mean, I may be wrong, but it did feel like the score of Friday the Part 2, still a good score, but it was just the same as the first one. That's what it sounded like to me. The score in Part Halloween 2 felt, we took that and we, in my opinion, did it even better. Yes, it's true. Amy Steele has more to do technically than Jamie Lee Curtis. And she doesn't have that wig on that Jamie Lee Curtis had to put on here. But both are decent for what they had to do. And Jamie Lee Curtis does get to shoot Michael Myers in both of the eyes, which is pretty cool. I guess technically I would give it for Amy Steele because she still has more to do. She's not just lying on the bed for most of the film, so I'll probably give it to Amy Steele for that. Kill wise, I know most would say Part 2, frankly, for that machete to the face of that poor guy in the wheelchair. But I still liked a lot of the kills in Part 2 as well. It's funny, they both have, one's a security guard, one's a cop, and they both get killed with a hammer, like the back of the hammer. So I thought that was interesting. They both had the same kill. Although I like the way it's done in Halloween 2 more, where it's like overhead and it jams in. While in Friday the 13th 2 it seemed like it's from like the side. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. If so, I apologize. It seemed like I felt the impact more in Halloween 2. And like in that one, I do like the needle going to the side of the head and the way the person's killed and her slippers fall off. Trying to think of. I mean, they both have good kills in them. So, I think most would say Part 2, but for me, it's pretty even, kill wise. Halloween 2, I like the ending more. Because the ending of Friday the 13th Part 2, it's like, was it a dream that the guy jumped out? Was it not? Because especially afterward. Where's Paul? Did Paul die? Because Amy Steele wasn't knocked out, so Paul saved her. Just it wasn't more like she got knocked out, woke up, and then she imagined Paul was there. It's like she killed Jason, or you think she did, and then Paul got her out. But then Jason pops up, but then why would he leave Amy Steele alive? Why would he leave Amy Steele there? Even though he had a machete in here, why would he take Paul and not the girl? When the girl is what he wanted, the girl stabbed him. Is it a dream? Because there's the dog, and we thought the dog was dead. But if she had a nightmare, then where the fuck is Paul? Was he just killed off screen by Jason, who was off screen, and everybody else was off screen? But then why did kill Paul and not go for her? It just leaves a bit of confusion. Halloween 2 doesn't do that. It's Michael Myers comes up, burnt the fuck up. She goes in the ambulance. Mr. Sandman, tell me a dream. See me a dream. Bring me a dream, Burke. All that stuff. So I like the ending of Halloween 2 more. I like the music in Halloween 2 more. I like the Michael Myers, the mask more than Tater Sad Jason. Supporting characters, I would give it to Halloween 2 because I like the last Starfighter, Lance Guest in there. And I also like, what's his name, damn it, from, Come sit on my face, don't you cry, I need your pie. I wish he was in the film more, but I do like him in it. I'll see in a bit, because I got the cast here. The supporting cast in Friday the 13th Part 2, I don't mind, but nothing really comes up. Leo Rossi. Yeah, Leo Rossi. I wish he was in the film more, but it was nice to see him in there. Like, even those bits there, his personality kind of came out in a good way. Like, the supporting cast of Friday the 13th Part 2 are fine, but nobody really sticks out. You know what I mean? Like, who really sticks out? Maybe the Doublemint twins, only because they're twins. But, like I said, no one really sticks out personality. Like, again, one has The Last Starfighter and Leo Rossi, while others, I don't know what else they did afterwards. So, I would say I like the supporting cast more. Also, you got Donald Pleasance, and that helps a lot. You have Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasance. Friday the 13th Part 2, you just have Amy Steele. So, the fact you got Donald Pleasance, that's definitely a big plus for Halloween 2. And setting-wise, while the camp is fine enough, I love the hospital setting in Halloween 2. Yes, I know. Why the fuck is it that nobody's there? There's nobody there. Where's everybody at? It's the most empty hospital in a while. I understand that. I can't explain myself. I can't explain myself. But at the same time, it is a very moody, atmospheric, creepy setting, which works very well for a slasher movie, whether it be in Silent Rage or in this movie. So I still love the hospital setting. And I do think it's a bit better directed in terms of, like, when Michael Myers turns and you just see that red light on his face, and then you have Jamie Lee Curtis look back, and in the far distance you see Michael Myers back there with the red on his face. So, while I do like Friday the 13th Part 2, I'd give it to Halloween 2. They both have good kills. One, I think the music is a bit better. The atmosphere mood for the hospital is a bit more better directed. And then the other stuff, I mean, you got Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasance, while one you got Amy Steele. Also, Halloween 2, because of its location, it felt more unique compared to the first, while Friday Part 2, just another person killing people at a camp. Instead of the mom, it's Jason. Also, the way it opens, I don't like what they do with the girl from the first movie, where Jason somehow I just looked her up in the fucking phone book or something, and then went ahead and fucking found her and killed her. I mean, I still like the film, but I'm like, oh, that's kind of a shitty way for her to go. Because I liked her in the first movie, Adrian Teen. So the way she just killed off, I'm like, and there are times they do that. I can still enjoy the film. Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, for example, because I really like the rest of the movie, and I really like Lisa Wilcox, and that overcomes that. But and I still like Friday the 13th Part 2. I'm like, man, she was done dirty. I don't have that feeling in Halloween 2. Just it opens up right after the first one ended. So it's kind of nice to see that kind of continuation. I've been trick-or-treated to death. You don't know what death is. And then that new version of the Halloween theme, which I love, pops in. So yeah, I'd give it to Halloween 2. I'd give it to Halloween 2. I like Friday the 13th Part 2, but I'd give it to Halloween 2. More satisfying ending. And it was just also that joy of seeing Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasance in the same frame. Because the only time it ever happened before or since. Sally was too brief, but the two of them together worked with each other. Even the two of them worked in to stop Michael Myers when they're both turned on the gas. I never got any of that feeling in Friday the 13th Part 2. As much as I like that film. So stuff like that also wins me over to Halloween 2's side. So that's just me. Even with Jamie Lee Curtis's wig. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.